Hey everyone, welcome to A Handful of Daisy's DIY. I'm Elaine. On my channel, we upcycled old items I find at thrift stores and flea markets and yard sales. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and join our DIY family. If you also hit the notification bell and select all, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. If you're already subscribed, thanks so much for being a part of our DIY family. I hope you're finding inspiration in the videos that we've done so far. So every other week, I go from my craft room to my workshop. In my workshop, we do furniture flips. So we did a furniture flip last week, so this week we're back in the craft room. I have a lot of mirrors that I found at thrift stores and a few at yard sales. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. So if you're ready, let's get started. So here's a look at all 4 mirrors we're going to be working on today. 2 of them are 42 by 30. One is a 30 by 24. And then the oval one is a 31 by 21. And they're all really heavy, except for the oval one. That one is plastic. So this oval mirror was originally attached to a bathroom medicine cabinet. So I took the medicine cabinet part off, and we're just going to use the mirror. So I'm just cleaning it up really well. It was pretty dirty. I'm trying to get in between all of the little nooks and crannies. This one did have a lot of texture on it. I'm going to put these little Rubbermaid containers up underneath it just to hold it up so I can paint it. I'm going to be doing the base coat in Dixie, Belle, Gravel Road. And this is just the base coat, so I'm going to put another color on top. So I'm going to give it a really good coat, making sure to get down in all those little nooks and crannies. So once I put the top paint on, I'm going to distress it back so I'm able to see this dark, it's a dark gray. So once I painted all of the dark gray, I just put my brush in a little baggie just so it wouldn't dry out. And I'm going to move on to the next one. Now I wasn't able to take the mirror out of this one. It was actually glued in. I did try to take it out, but it was glued in pretty well. So I'm just going to tape up the mirror using the frog tape, the green frog tape. And I'm using a poster board in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a good coat of the Gravel Road as well. And I did change the brush that I was using on this one. The other brush was creating some pretty harsh brush marks. And this flat brush made it a lot cleaner. I'm also using my spritz bottle just to water it down a little bit so it's good and smooth. Then I'm going to move to the next one. Now this one I was able to take the mirror out, which made it easier to paint. So I had to remove all those staples. And then when I put it back together, I'm just going to glue it in. And this was a nice wood frame, so I'm not going to be painting the back, just the front. So I'm also going to use those little containers up underneath this one as well. I'm just doing the same thing, giving it a good coat of the gravel road. Anytime I find mirrors at a thrift store or yard sale, I definitely pick them up. They are a really good seller at my booth. I won't be putting these on my website because they are a little too heavy and too big for me to ship. So once I finish those and everything dried overnight, I'm going to put a coat of polycrylic on top. I'm also going to mix a little bit of the gravel road in that as well, so it won't streak. The reason I'm doing this is once I put the next coat of paint on and I distress it back, I don't want to be distressing back down to the frame. I want that gravel road to show through. So I wanted to put a top coat on this just to set that paint in. So I did that on all of the frames. And now I'm going to go in using Dixie Belle's Fluff. It's a creamy white, so it's not a stark white. And I'm going to give that a good coat on all of the frames as well. Now, these types of projects are pretty easy to do. It doesn't take a lot of time to do them. What took the longest was letting the polycrylic dry overnight. So all of my projects normally I get done in a weekend, sometimes just in one day. It just really depends on how long it takes it to dry. And since these frames were so big, I wasn't able to get my camera to show the whole frame. So I showed as much as I could. So I let those dry for a couple hours, and then I'm just going to wet distress them with a wet cloth, and then I'm going to just use my little sanding sponge to go in and pull off a little bit of the paint once I've wet it down a little bit. So you can see I'm just trying to hit the edges just to bring back that gravel road. I'm gonna do the same thing to one of the larger frames as well. The third frame, I actually just used a little more of the polycrylic mixed in with the gravel road rather than wet distressing that one. So it just made it look really old and worn. Now I didn't get video of the smaller frame, the 30 by 24, but I will show you what that one looks like as well. And here's a look at how they turned out. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Like I said, these frames sell really well in my booth, and I just love the big mirrors. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of each frame and which one you like the best. Also, if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our DIY family. Also, you'll find me over on Facebook at Handful of Daisy's Home Decor. I'd love for you to join our VIP group there as well. So I'll see you next week for another DIY.